Games Workshop really want you to play Warcry because they're giving away the core rulebook and more. This is pretty cool what Games Workshop are doing. Let me show you. You can go on the Games Workshop website right now, the Warhammer community page, and we can click this where it says free profile rules for Warcry. Now it's only currently the Grand Alliance of Order, but the rest of them are coming. They're going to come throughout the week, right? So on this article, they obviously talk about some of the new changes here. You can see one where the points have gone up a little bit, and you know, they've added various things, taken stuff off, whatever they're adding. They've done that with the old and the new in that one, and they're giving you another one here. Now this is all talking about the Order, and this specifically is talking about Stormcast Eternals. But then as you scroll down, you can see the rules. They've got Order 1, Order 2, Cities of Sigmar, and Stormcast Eternals. And let's show you what one of those looks like. So if we look at the Order 1, you can see it looks like this, and it's got everything you want in. So let's have a look at the Overlord, the Cadron Overlord. You've got your abilities here at the top, and then you've got your units here. Perfectly fine, perfectly reasonable. I'm not going to go through here and say what's been changed. I literally don't know, and there's obviously quite a lot of models. But yeah, very interesting. I mean, what more can you say? But it gets better than this. The one caveat right now is what about reaction? Now, on the community page, it does say you'll get updated fighter cards, revised abilities, and a new reaction for each warband. And then it goes ahead and it shows the Stormcast one, the Thunderstrike Stormcast one. But I don't see that in the rules. I don't even see that on the Thunderstrike Stormcast rule PDF. I can't find that ability anywhere, which is a little bit unusual. It says that everybody's getting one, but then it's not on the PDF at the minute. So all I can really presume is that maybe there's going to be a separate PDF at the end, which will have them all on, and maybe they just don't want to reveal it right now, because you can quite clearly see that it does say each warband is getting a new reaction. Okay, let's just presume it is. However, I've been leaving out something massive that came in the GW newsletter today. 3 rules for Warcry. You see this and you think maybe it should be the warbands. But no, you read that right. We're giving away downloadable rules for the Grand Alliance Order warbands, plus the core rules of the game. Now, I do not see the core rules of the game on this post. Like, I don't see it here. And if I search core, I'm not getting anything. But that's clear as day. Now, either the news article is wrong, like the newsletter, or that's a pretty major statement from Games Workshop saying that they want you to play this game. And I find this all together very fascinating. So we'll get the rules for the other factions this week. There's an open question there about the reactions. Obviously, you can use the generic reactions. Then there's the question of one thing here says we're going to get the core rules, but we've not actually seen that, even though it says get it now. So presumably that'll just come in the week as well. But all round, you have to say that Games Workshop here are making a massive play to get people to play this game. Now, there is a rumor that I've seen in the comments, and I've not really seen anywhere else because I don't really go on any sites, and that is to say that they believe that the compendium has actually been delayed, and therefore the reason they were giving away all of the warband rules is because they were like, well, if the compendium's delayed, we need to get it into people's hands, we'll just give it them for free, kind of thing, right? And indeed, you will be able to get the compendium at a later date. It does say a later date, it doesn't say in a couple of weeks time, so maybe there is some truth to that rumor. And all I can presume is that maybe the core rulebook has actually been delayed as well. Yes, you can get it in the box set, but maybe the individual release has also been delayed, so that's why they want to give it you. Now, that to me is putting a negative twist on something good that Games Workshop have done. I made a video saying, hey, this box is pure FOMO, right? It's probably overpriced for what it is. The core rulebook's coming after, the warband rules are coming after, like what are Games Workshop doing? And then Games Workshop go ahead and do this, where they release the rules for free for the warbands, and they release the core rules. Effectively, you do not need to buy anything. So that video I'm going to leave up, because at the time I thought it was right, but really now you do not need to buy that core set at all, because your old stuff is completely valid. You can now, well, when we get the rules, you'll be able to just play with the new rulebook and with your old warbands. Perfect, great, beautiful. They want you to play. Or if you're a newcomer to the game, maybe you already play Age of Sigmar or something, you can just get your warband and start. Really cool, really cool. I got to give kudos to Games Workshop here, because by hook or by crook, either it's intentional and they're all happy about it and that's great, or they've had their hand forced, and either way, it's still a positive thing. Now, there is this image as well that Games Workshop have posted, which is basically explaining how the future of Warcry is going to be sold. And there's going to be major quarterly releases, so once every 3 months basically, and that's going to include new warbands, terrain, and more. Now, that more is a little bit worrying, because on another site, I can't remember exactly where I saw this, I can't find it again, it does actually say new rules. Now, it depends what they mean by rules. If it's rules for terrain, I'm happy with that. If it's just rules for the warband, I'm happy with that. If it's like an expansion to the game and it comes in a big box and they actually expect you to spend $1,000 as some people are claiming, that will be a problem. If, however, it's just a cool box with cool minis in it that people might like, that's perfectly fine and perfectly good. So there's an open question here about the season of Warcry, but other than that, I think Warcry is a really tempting game right now. If you were sat on the fence and maybe you already play Age of Sigmar, Games Workshop want you. This is perfect. This is how they should be getting their gateway games into the hands of people. Support them in a way that doesn't annoy the players, and so far they're definitely not annoying me, even though I thought they were going to, but they sort of misled me a little bit. Get people in with free rules and stuff like that. Now I would recommend anybody who's interested in playing a war game. Warcry seems like a decent starter game to me. The rules are relatively easy, the game's well supported. Yeah, the rules are free. Like, it is what it is. Congratulations to Games Workshop for this good decision. I've got to hold my hands up and say, look, that video that I made where I said it was pure FOMO, it was wrong. I was wrong. I still think I was like right in the sense that Games Workshop had given us some information and they'd not given us the whole story, but I didn't know that at the time. Games Workshop has done something that they generally don't often do, and for that though, we got to give them kudos, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Games Workshop. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.